If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
Welcome to the Hampton Roads Show. Our live audience today is from the Alzheimer's Association of Southeastern Virginia. Coming up a little later, we'll find out why they're all wearing purple today and how you can join their crusade to end Alzheimer's.
And we're in the kitchen today with Chef Travis Brush from the Williamsburg Inn. He's making a couple of delicious menu favorites for us today. Hickory smoked forest mushrooms and seared salmon sliders.
Terry wife, if her deployed husband had ever missed a birthday or an anniversary, likely she will say yes. I'm Cheryl Tan. I spoke with a local woman who's doing something to turn around that disappointment.
All right, and we'll find out why we're all wearing orange today.
We all match, guys.
Good morning, Hampton Roads. It's a very colorful morning here at the Hampton Roads Show. We got purple and orange.
That's right.
Orange sherbet. Look like we work in an ice cream shop.
We're serving it up today.
Yeah, well, it's the, orange is the color of it's Hunger Action Month.
Yes,
so we're trying to raise awareness, as we have been all throughout the month of September, about the things that you can do to help area food banks. So it is our symbol of solidarity, I guess, this morning, along with everybody else who's trying to fight food hunger and food insecurity in Hampton Roads.
Trying to bring some food to a lot of people.
And we want you to, if you're wearing orange at home, take a picture, put it on our Facebook page, and just support our cause. And a couple of our behind-the-scenes folks are wearing orange, too.
Absolutely. A lot of folks use something like a color or something like that to promote their cause. And we hear PETA is taking an interesting approach to promoting their cause these
nothing
days.
orange about PETA. You know, our favorite Norfolk-based group that is Love Shock Value has done it again. They say they are going to launch a pornographic website to promote their message, and some critics say that it might not work. However, this is not the first time they've used shock value to push their message. So we don't know if it's going to work, but they say that they're going to have launch the website PETA.xxx. The site will feature tantalizing videos and photographs, and it will lead to their message, and hopefully they get across their vegan diet message. And I don't know if it'll work. This is not the first time they've used shock value, but we are talking about it right now. So, bing! It already has worked.
Right, it's worked. So like sometimes when you're online, you get kind of hijacked and taken to another site. You start looking at an erotic site, and then you get the message about animals, like it's
that is
people.
Just so weird,
right? Like it's two separate things, but they say, hey, we'll provide you some erotica, but then you have to listen to our message.
Yeah, they say it's not going to be hardcore. They just want to, push that boundary, which they're known for doing. And here it is once again. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals has done it. A hot topic button that has gotten a lot of publicity so far. So we want to know what you think about that.
Let us know.
That is a major extreme.
What you think. Well, no matter what you are looking at, just spending too much time surfing on the web and not knowing when it's time to stop is one of the signs, actually, that you may be an adult with ADD. You know, people think about the distractibility and not being able to focus on things. Well, sometimes you get hyper-focused on things. You don't know the time is passing by. And so, we just kind of want to know if people have ever thought about that today. If they ever took a look at the symptoms of adult ADHD, how many people would say, man, that's me? Because all these kids who have it grow into adults who have it. And there are many adults that are diagnosed and so many more that are not. And it's not just, I can't find my keys, though it is oftentimes I can't find my keys. It's, do you have relationship problems? Do you find that you have a quick temper sometimes? Do you live kind of deadline to deadline? Are you very disorganized? Are you a very bright person who maybe was not such a great student,
Well, it just seems like, you just covered a lot of ground right there. I can be guilty of a little of that. Now, I don't know if it would fit me, though.
I mean, busy adults will say, or people don't get enough sleep, will also have some of those behaviors. But when you go through the whole process and you look at your whole life, and how you behaved as a child, and, when you really look at the big picture, and when you are diagnosed with ADHD or ADD, because not everyone has the hyperactivity component, you don't get a blood test. You answer a lot of questions. Your loved ones answer a lot of questions, because really, if you're a grown-up with ADHD, the chances are the people around you suffer.
They can see things that you don't necessarily know that you see. I was going to say, how would you differentiate the two if you think that's what you have? But I guess the best thing is to go talk to somebody. Go talk to someone.
Well, I was very hyper as a child, but I'm not hyper now, so hopefully I grew out of that.
Well, most people will grow out of the hyperactivity just because you have better control.
Right. Well, I don't know about that. I'm still trying to find control. So, I don't know if I have that, but we'll
And then
have to
people
check
have
the
to ask
symptoms.
themselves if they're comfortable taking, a medication or employing just a lot of strategy or a combination. So that's kind of our interesting topic today.
That's one of two, and we got one more.
Well, the last one's kind of more on a feel-good note. It's a story that kind of caught our attention, and it has to do with winning the lottery. We've done a lot of stories about when you win the lottery, what would you do with the money? And this gentleman in Seattle, his name is Tyrone. He won the Washington State Lottery 5 years ago, and he continued and has still gone back to work as a janitor at the high school where he's been at. He says his life hasn't changed, just his bank account. He still lives in the same house on the same corner with his wife, has 2 kids, a grandson. He was able to pay down some debt, but it just kind of poses the question to people, if you were to win such a massive amount of money. He won $3,410,000, and to celebrate, he went bowling like he did every single Wednesday for the last 25 years of his life. But I know it is a life-changing experience to win the lottery. Not that I've won it, but you just would hope that maybe in you would you keep your day job?
Yeah.
Some people may just say no, heck no, roll out and
He may be the
find
exception,
something.
though.
But he also bought the high school a new track. He still interacts with all the kids. They love him, but it's nice to just have a feel-good, heartfelt story like that. Even when he comes into this amount of money, just given the way the economy is, it's kind of like a respect factor that he's earned that money, but has kept his job.
A rich custodian. That's cool.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Mopping the floors.
That's a neat story. I don't know how it would change my life, but how would it change your life? Would you change yours? Let us know. Go to Facebook or follow us on Twitter at HR_show and let us know, and we'll share our thoughts and your thoughts with you in just a few minutes in The Buzz.
That's right. Even our meteorologist, Jeremy Wheeler, is sporting the orange today for Hunger Action Month.
Glad you
Good
joined
job.
us, buddy.
What do you mean? I'm Ariane.
No, you're not, buddy. Trust me, you're not Ariane.
I just shaved my hair.
I like the voice.
No, you don't talk like that at all. Not at all.
You are Neo. We've got another. we've got another
Popped out of the
nickname for you,
wormhole.
Sea Dog.
There's no spoon. Phew, boy. I've been busy in weather. Real busy.
Oh, it's a terrible morning.
Yeah. it's been
Weather-wise.
rough.
Doesn't look good. The rest of the week doesn't look all that great.
Yeah, it's going to be wet. It's going to be wet. We're going to see some localized flooding. We saw some this morning. Maybe you came in a little bit later than us.
Yes, I
did you hit some of that? Yeah.
I did. I saw a lot of traffic and a lot of people swerving all over to try to avoid it.
Yeah, producer Stephanie, she said she hit it in parts of Chesapeake. So, yeah, we got it going on for today, next few days. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, and we'll show you what I'm talking about. So today, on and off showers. Wednesday, a good rain for most of the day, as well as Friday. We've got this big weather pattern which is stuck in place, and I've had to throw the rain chances into Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday now, as this weather pattern looks like it's really going to be stuck, and we're just going to keep flowing the moisture in here. At least we're going to cool down a little bit for the weekend, so there's a bright spot, but it's going to be very warm, very humid when it's not raining in the next 3 days. All right, so let's change the subject. Let's talk about some fun stuff. Let's talk about some good things. Here we go for the clues for the pop quiz. The first clue is 4 islands. 4, that's right, 4. $12, please. Used by over 100 million, and 1 of 8 in the world. 1 of 8.
Okay.
I'm all over it.
Yeah, you got it all right.
Got it.
Good. I didn't know
I
if
think
it
so,
was too
too.
hard, too easy, but hey, all right, that's good.
I like it.
Good.
Fun place to visit.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about our prize today. Our winner will get a pair of tickets to the So You Think You Can Dance live tour coming to the Constant Convocation Center this Friday night. You'll have to wipe your Friday calendar clean if you win those tickets.
That's right, but it's indoors, so you won't get wet.
That's true.
Good point.
That's true.
Good event.
All right.
Hey, I think our chef knows the answer. In the kitchen today with Chef Travis Brush from the Williamsburg Inn in Colonial Williamsburg, here to make some delicious dishes, plural, because you always come and treat us right here on the Hampton Road Show. But welcome back. What you making?
Thank you. Well, 2 things. We wanted to showcase a few of our fun items at the Williamsburg Inn. First, in the Regency Room, we're going to have a hickory smoked forest mushroom with chèvre appetizer.
Okay.
It's a nice little dip with some baguette crostinis, as well as a new terrace room offering, which is off of our Small Bites menu, which starts early October. And that is going to be a seared salmon slider with a little tomato onion relish.
Really?
Absolutely dynamite.
And you guys have the rooms there at the inn. I know you guys have like the Regency room, and do you always serve the different dishes in each room when folks come there?
Well, the 2 rooms, the Regency room and the terrace room, both have the 2 different entities in itself: casual dining in the terrace room, as well as outside on the terrace, and then a little more formal in the in the Regency Room, you know, serving breakfast and dinner.
Anything coming up there for folks? Fall's coming in.
Oh, we got the
Specials?
fall coming in, weekly specials on the weekends. You can always get our smoked prime rib on Saturday night. It's USDA prime beef.
Okay.
Absolutely fantastic. Lobster special on Sundays, and then the holidays are coming just around the corner.
Oh, can't wait. All right, well, we will get started on this when we come back in just a bit. Thanks so much, Chef.
Thank you.
Still ahead on the Hampton Road Show, Daryl Bradshaw from Bayport Credit Union is here to tell us how they're using social media to connect with customers to build a better banking relationship.
And for folks who cannot get to the food bank will get to you. Coming up, we're on the road with the staff and volunteers who are feeding Hampton Roads.
Time to check in with the Buzz Center at Hampton Roads. What are you thinking about this morning? We posed a few topics to you.
Yeah.
One of them is PETA and porn. Does it work? Will it backfire on our friends in Norfolk? Some people think that that's a very good possibility. Shock value. Does it work? We know you've used it before, but right now we're talking about it, so bingo, you've already won.
Looking for the comments there. I don't know, maybe people are afraid to talk about
I'm not so sure about that. We also talked to you about the janitor in Seattle.
Ed McMaster was talking. He says, in the words of Cleveland Brown, that's nasty. That's what he said about
That's nasty.
from the Cleveland show. Richard Clayton is kind of what you were saying. He says bait and switch tactics never work. The thought behind is that guys will go for the porn and then have to watch animal abuse videos. A few weeks of buzz, the porn site will fade into oblivion. We shall see. All right, so a couple folks are checking in on our question about PETA.
But everyone likes to think and dream about what you would do if you won the lotto. The janitor in Seattle won $3.5 million, yet hasn't changed his life. And some people are buzzing in about that. We have here, Jill, of course you wouldn't keep your job. I am sure the thousands of unemployed would like his job and benefits. Chef Eddie says some people do what they do for satisfaction, for the passion of it, because they need that in their life. 3.4 million reasons may not have been the right reasons for him to quit.
That's true. Ariana says she would work, especially if she had health benefits, which is a very good point. It takes a toll financially if you don't have benefits and you get cancer or something like that. She says 3.4 million would be gone quickly. That's kind of a harsh reality there. Would you still work?
Would I still work?
Yeah.
With you? Absolutely.
I would still work too, but I would go project by project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if you're a journalist and interested
a wiser way of working.
Yeah, telling people stories, you would always want to do that, but you'd kind of do it on your time.
On your time? It's all about time, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All that money doesn't buy time.
All right.
Maybe it does.
We were asking, I'm just going to randomly switch to another topic because we're talking about ADHD as well today. It is more common in adults than you think. Judith said she knows the Fine Gold diet has proven helpful for many. It eliminates foods that have additives, which some believe causes what is referred to as dysfunctional behavior. So they do say, you know, people with ADHD should eat right, sleep, get enough sleep. You know, don't set yourself up for a horrible day. But I think that's good advice for everybody. And Mike says, I feel like I have this at times, but it's probably multitasking too many things and age. He said there have been several times someone would ask me a question and I knew the answer and I'd remember it an hour later. I feel you.
Hey, we need to keep our focus because we got something smoking and cooking in the kitchen today.
That's right. In the kitchen today with Chef Travis Bruss from the Williamsburg Inn, going to show us how to make a hickory smoked force mushroom, a favorite from the Regency Room dinner menu, and seared salmon sliders, which is a favorite from the terrace room. But right now we're going to start on our hickory smoked mushrooms. It's like a little appetizer, right?
Right. It's a nice little appetizer. What we have is some oyster mushroom, a little bit of cremini, and some morels, which are really fine mushrooms.
Those are good.
And we lightly smoke these for about an hour with cold smoke.
Oh.
So if you can kind of smell the smokiness there.
Oh, yeah.
And that hickory wood gives it that true southern type smoked
And is
flavor.
the key to have all the different types of mushrooms for, you know, to make this dish kind of pop?
Yeah, just nice variety.
Okay.
You know, kind of gets all the different flavors working. And mushrooms is one of my favorite.
How do you smoke mushrooms? Is it like smoking?
It's just like you would smoke like cold smoked salmon.
Okay.
And you just have a nice cold box. And you just keep it in there with a little bit of ice and smoke from the outside in. And so this way you're not going to cook them. You're just going to smoke them and infuse the flavor. So we're going
know that. Okay.
We're going to cook this down with a little bit of butter.
All right.
Okay. And while that's working,
You've got your tongs over some heat? No.
Oh, no, no.
Oh,
They were just
okay. I was like, is this a new trick?
easier to reach.
Gotcha.
We're going to saute a little bit of spinach here.
Okay.
And just a little bit of olive oil.
Which wilts down, I know.
Yep, exactly. And then just a little shallots.
Which is a very mild flavor from what, an onion?
Very mild.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All of this in here?
Yeah, it should pretty much fit. So,
All right.
And then what you do is just kind of kick that around a little bit with the tongs.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I lost that. Hey, we're back. We're back.
That's okay.
Last time you came on, we made crab cakes.
Yes,
and that
we did.
was very, very good. So I'm excited about this one today.
I heard a few people were disappointed we weren't doing them again.
Oh, really?
But
This will be better.
wow, this is a nice change.
Okay.
It's definitely a more fun
I'm
type
feeling
item
the
to eat.
team effort here, Chef.
Absolutely.
I mean,
That right there is pretty much done. If you pull it off to
we're
the
good?
side,
Okay.
a little bit of cracked pepper
Yes, sir.
and a little salt. You're good to go. Now, here we are. We're just kind of getting a light caramelization on these mushrooms. We're going to add some roasted garlic cloves
And the mushrooms.
into the mushrooms.
Okay.
And just a couple there. And
Okay.
that's just a nice surprise to, bite into when you're
Ah,
eating it.
because, there it's not going to be as garlicky.
Right, it's not like a raw garlic taste. It's
Because
very
that would be
little
quite a
rough.
surprise if you bite into that.
definitely a surprise.
That smells great.
And we're just going to do a little bit of brandy here. Cognac.
Cognac.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And might get a little flame. Nope.
Oh, okay.
We're doing it safe. Okay? We're
All
just
right.
kind of wilting those down a little bit, and then we're just going to add just a touch of veal jus. And a veal jus, which is a reduction of veal bones and red wine aromatics.
Okay.
There we go, and that's just going to kind of cream it out a little bit.
This is a great dish for mushroom lovers, I tell you.
Absolutely.
I have a friend who loves mushrooms, and she would go crazy over this.
Now this we're just going to let cook down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And our spinach is set. Now we
Yes.
got to work on the goat cheese.
Ah.
So we have goat cheese chèvre.
Okay.
And we've softened this just lightly.
Okay.
Okay. And can you grab? Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
And
oh,
I'm just going to have you zest just a little bit of orange zest in there, just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to add some parsley,
Okay.
a little bit of thyme.
And the goat cheese.
That should be just enough
That's
right
good?
there. Yep.
Okay.
And we got some chives, a little salt, kosher salt.
Oh, this is great.
And can you grab the pepper over there?
Pepper. Yes.
All right, just a couple cracks in there. All right, give it two more.
More.
Yep. Good.
Okay.
And then we're just going to mix this together.
Okay, and this is going to go on
That's going to go
our
inside the actual the vessel that we're going to serve it in.
Ah, okay.
So now we're all prepared.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, those
Good.
look
Oh, I
great.
spilt a little bit there.
That's all right. You have everything else neat and tidy. I like how you cook.
Nice little mini Dutch oven
Oh,
for
look
service.
at that. Okay.
And I've got some piping bag right there.
All right. Well,
Pass it over.
we're wrapping it, but I don't want to. Just want you to
we
pipe that in there, and then what's going to go in that? The mushrooms.
Okay, we just got a little bit of the mushroom
Okay. Look at that.
right there.
All right. Well, we're going to start on our seared salmon sliders in our next segment, and then we'll
Sounds
have
good.
this in the front. We can
We'll
show
finish it
that.
off.
Thank you,
Okay.
Chef, so much.
Thank you.
Man, it looks good.
Most people know that the food bank is a place where people can go and receive food.
Yeah, but if they can't get to the food bank will also go to them. Here's this week's postcard from Hampton Roads.
So every household is going to get one bag of beef.
Well, today's postcard is really more like a snapshot, a day in the life of the food bank volunteers and the communities who need their help.
I think it's a good job that everybody's doing, the volunteers and everybody's doing. And I did this for 9 years myself, so I know how it is. I know what it takes to do this, and it takes a lot of caring, a lot of love, and a lot of patience. And so this is what I say to everybody. Come out and get this food, because, you know, you don't get this food everywhere like this. And this is a tremendous thing that y'all are doing, that these people are doing for us. They didn't have to do that, but they did it for us. And I really appreciate it, and God is so good to us all.
What if this didn't happen?
So a lot of people don't have enough food stamps, and they're doing it from 1 month to the next. And when you're getting $10 for food stamp, that goes nowhere. Maybe 16 now.
$16
Yes.
for a month of food?
Yes. Yep, we got $10 food stamp for a long, long time. and that won't do nothing for us.
How far will this food go today?
Oh man, that food will take us at least until next month or so, in the middle of next month. It'll be a big help. Yes. It'll be a big help to us.
Thank you.
And I know it will. I'm sitting here now thanking God for all of this. I really am.
The crowds are getting larger. Luckily, our food supplies are getting larger, so that's a very, very good thing. But I have absolutely no idea where the need is going to end at this point. They are just getting larger.
Nobody looks like they didn't want to do it. Everybody got a pleasant face, you know, and it's just a beautiful thing. It makes me want to cry. You know.
You know, we were talking to Pearl, who said she saw
Thank you, sir. Enjoy.
a big smile on all the volunteers' faces.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you smiling?
Having a lot of fun giving back, making sure that, you know, we help, like I said, the ones that need it. And it's a really rewarding experience to encourage everybody to volunteer with their communities and lend a helping hand.
Thank you for the job y'all doing. Well done. We really appreciate it. Taking your time coming out here.
The food bank needs the volunteers. We need them. So they're very, very, very beneficial for us.
So get out there and do what you can to support your local food bank and tell them the Hampton Roadshow sent you. How sweet was Pearl Williams?
Right, I know.
Yeah,
I'm getting teary-eyed. That was so sweet. It meant a lot to her. You could totally tell. And the volunteers, when they smiled, too. That was great.
Well
I was stunned. $16. I mean, I knew food stamps probably wasn't a lot. $16 for a senior citizen for a month's worth of food.
Doesn't go very far.
I mean, at my grocery store, a can of black beans, which is a decent source of protein, 67 cents a can. That's not even a can. Yeah, so, I mean, it really drives home the need for your donation, your volunteers, or any, you know, canned foods that you can give. And the other thing Pearl was saying is some people won't come out. They feel too proud or they're embarrassed. They won't come out and get the food. And she, you know, is saying it's nothing to feel bad about. And same with the food bank volunteers. They're saying they are seeing people from all walks of life because of the economy. People suddenly lose the job or they have an illness, and that's why the food bank is there. So, you know, don't let your own well-being go, or of your children. You know, come out and get the help.
And donations are always welcome. And on a side note, the Virginia Destroyers play their first ever home game on Saturday night, and they're asking all the fans to bring a couple of canned food items to donate. So there's ways of donating, and there's one of them.
Yep, and they say peanut butter is always something they never can get enough of.
Every little bit helps.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. Hey, you wouldn't think that social media and banking would go together.
But the folks from Bayport Credit Union are using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all to connect with their customers. We're going to find out how straight ahead.
But first, don't forget about our pop quiz. You could win a pair of tickets to see the So You Think You Can Dance live tour at the Constant Center this Friday night. Log on to thehamptonroadshow.com. Click on the pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen.
Welcome back, everybody. Today is Alzheimer's Action Day, which is why our live audience from Young Adults for Alzheimer's Awareness is wearing purple. Join us now to tell us more about the cause is Kelly Williams from the Alzheimer's Association Southeastern Virginia chapter, and Hampton Roads. Okay, it's Awareness Day.
It is.
So tell us exactly, what is Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's is a disease that actually affects a number of people in this country, and it's no longer just affecting our senior citizens. People as young as 30s and 40s are being affected, which is why the young adults have come together to create this group. So we say that we'll take anybody from, 20s and up. Yes, we're saying young adults, but we'll take anybody that wants to come out and support a good cause.
Okay, give us some science behind it. How do people get it, and what are the symptoms and problems that are associated with it?
I'm actually going to defer that to Gino with the Alzheimer's Association.
Gino. All right, we're going to pass it on over to Gino.
Yeah, it's much more than just memory loss. It's a loss of functionality. And it's, we all forget things if you forget your keys someplace. But the key is if you find those keys, knowing what they're used for. So it's a really loss of your daily activities and functionalities, not remembering things that just occurred. Short-term memory loss is the beginning signs. So when those things that really affect your daily activities, that's a red flag to really get it checked out.
Okay, so So as you can tell, purple is the color of Alzheimer's Awareness Day. And because of that, we are going to have lots of events starting tonight. Tell us about tonight's event.
Tonight we have the kickoff for the Southampton Roads Walk. It'll be at the Cheeseburger in Paradise over near Lynn Haven Mall. So we're asking everybody to come out, wear their purple, find out how you can get involved with the walk this fall. So we've got a number of walks around Hampton Roads. They've already had the Eastern Shore Walk. There's also walks in Peninsula, Williamsburg, Suffolk, and of course the one in Virginia Beach. So
the word is get out there and try to help out.
Absolutely.
Come to Cheeseburger in Paradise, go for a walk, spread the news, and wear your purple.
Absolutely. If we can see everybody dressed head to toe in purple today, that would be fantastic.
All right, so a little bit more information for you. Here it is on the screen. It is, these are a few of the walks, October 8th, 16th, 22nd, 29th. You can find more at alz.org/SEVA. Kelly Williams, Gino, thanks for joining us, and you guys look great in purple.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, those birthdays, anniversaries, the first day of school, these are the milestones families enjoy marking together. But for military moms and dads, deployments often get in the way. One woman, though, is doing something to bridge that gap. She's got the solution in today's What's Your Problem? Military husbands, military wives, they turn into single parents.
In Hampton Roads, it's easy to find families that know what that's like exactly. And there's a pretty strong support system in place to help moms and dads get through the really hard times. But it's the smaller milestones, the birthdays, the anniversaries, Mother's Day, Father's Day, that get lost when a husband or a wife is away. And one military wife found a solution for that in today's What's Your Problem?
Been married 18 years and we have done 10 more than 6-month deployments. He forgets everything. Because, you know, like he tells me, he goes out, when he's out to sea, he shuts everything off because he needs to focus at, you know, what's at hand. If you don't have your spouse who is very supportive of you when you have something going on, it does hurt a little bit.
I mean, you're talking birthdays, anniversaries, important things at work.
Right.
That are not there.
Never.
From being gone so much, you're going to miss so many things. Christmases, Thanksgivings, and birthdays, and, you know, milestones like sporting events for your children, all that stuff. So how do you mark it? I guess you just try to pay attention to the calendar and stay up to date. But sometimes you get so busy that you miss them by accident, mostly. My wife, particularly, has been pretty good about it. But I think she's just being strong.
Mother's Day was probably my hardest milestone and holiday because the kids don't really recognize it's Mother's Day unless their preschool tells them. So for somebody in the house to say, hey, wake up and tell Mommy Happy Mother's Day, that was tough.
Yeah. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Lori Clinton is a military wife who knows something about having a spouse miss a milestone, and she's decided to do something about it.
I've gotten upset when my husband's missed my birthday and not even a phone call, if he's even in a position to call, email, card. So I know how it feels. We started Yuri Yeoman in May, and we specialize in putting together birthday gifts, anniversary gifts, children's gifts for service members that are deployed to make sure they're handled for their spouses, because so many get missed. Candles, candy, wine, bath soaps, anything that will help them relax, especially if they have children. And you know, there's basically a single parent while the husband's or the wife is deployed to help them relax. A lot of the husbands also know exactly what their wives want, so they'll make a list before, so I know exactly what to get them.
Now, this may seem like a substitute for actually remembering. Is it?
Yes and no is how I'm looking at it. As they're taking the time to find me. They're taking the time to work with me to let me know what the spouse is like, what they want them to have, how they want the card signed. So I would say no. It's them going the extra mile to make sure that it gets taken care of when they can't.
I'm a little jealous that it's coming out now, because I think it's something that would have benefited me, you know, many years ago, hugely.
You know, doing the job of the military is a tough business. And then you often forget how tough it is on the families that stay behind, and you have to remember to take care of your family while you're gone.
It is one thing to look into your spouse's eye and be like, buddy, you forgot my birthday. But totally different when you really can't do that. You know, you can't find a phone easily.
Yeah.
And like these women were saying, it's like, you know that they're busy. You know your husband or your wife is busy on a ship or deployed. But it still hurts.
Yeah, I think I'm with her. I think if someone takes the time to set those things up ahead of time, they get the points as much for remembering on that day.
Absolutely.
And it's a cute name too, because of course the yeoman in the Navy, there's actual rate, or there was, and that's the you know, kind of an administrative position who makes sure nothing gets forgotten. So that was very clever.
And Lori Clinton is
we all need a yeoman.
so good at that. She is, and you know, she'd help you out. And what she does, she's got clients all throughout the country. But if you have a spouse here in Hampton Roads from someone who's deployed, she'll actually go and take a picture. So the package will be open right in front, and then she'll be able to send that picture to the deployed service member overseas. And so there'll be some sort of connection there. We're going to link all that information to thehamptonroadshow.com.
Great idea. Great story.
Well, if you're trying to drop some weight, but you're having a hard time, it may have something to do with your lifestyle or perhaps your body type. Dr. Margaret Gaglione with Tidewater Bariatrics is here with some insight on that. Thank you, Doctor, for being here this morning.
Well, good morning. It's good to be back. One of the things that we've noticed over time is that when patients come to us to lose weight and they begin to lose weight and we discuss what's going on in their lives, we realize that to support them, we often have to look more beyond just what they're eating, but more as to what their lifestyle is like. What's their environment like? And we find that sometimes it involves both how their things are going at work, how their self-care is, and how their relationships are, because that may be why they're overeating.
Exactly.
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Let's say somebody is in work and they're in a very, very high-paced job. They're very busy. Their work is incredibly challenged. Maybe they're a workaholic. It's very hectic. They lack fun and relaxation. They may eat for escape.
Okay.
Okay, and they may overeat for that reason. Compare that to somebody whose work is not challenging. They're bored. Maybe they were previously in a good job, but now they've been in it for 20 years and they totally know it. They don't have any challenges whatsoever. They're restless, they're floating. They may eat for stimulation because they're not challenged. So it's two ends of the spectrum. Okay.
So how do you know which one you are?
Well, you got to talk to the patient and figure out, is that part of the reason? Let's maybe look at their relationships. Maybe some people are an overdoer. They're always caring for somebody else. They're the absolute giver, constantly giving, and they're never looking at themselves. They have high levels of food socialization, like all their dinners are out. Okay, they don't like being alone. They don't do anything at home, and so they're always eating out, and they're eating too much because they constantly clean their plate. Okay, there's insufficient planning time. Or the other extreme is they're completely alone, and food is love. And they keep trying to find love in food.
And
that may be the extreme.
And that is so key, because people get frustrated when they're trying to do this, they're trying to work out, they're trying to diet, and they're just not losing the weight. But what is key here is your lifestyle and your body type. And body type is a big one too. I mean, one person may not lose weight as person B over here.
Well, it's not recognizing that there's other things involved in looking at it. So if I don't change my environment, if I keep in this kind of incredibly hectic lifestyle, and I don't recognize that if I don't put boundaries on my work schedule and my family schedule, that I won't be successful. If I don't recognize that I can't eat out 14 meals a week and be successful.
So you recommend a whole lifestyle change.
Really looking at the things, and it's patients that you know, that we have the most success with realize that, oh my God, so many things in my life have changed. Things have really changed overall the whole time. So I'll put a chart on our website that actually explains both of these things, and people can look at it. And they may find that they may fit into extremes, and if they begin to get some balance in their life, these things may happen.
You could definitely start to see some results. Well, that was some great examples. Of course, to learn more, you can always give Dr. Gaglione a call at 644-6819, or of course check out her website at twb4u.com, and we'll also have all that information on thehamptonroadshow.com. Dr. Gaglione, thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
But Chef Travis Brust is busy in the kitchen finishing up his hickory smoked forest mushrooms, and we're getting get ready to start on our seared salmon sliders. We're going to check in with him in just a moment. Stick around.
Choice.
Everyone in the kitchen with Chef Travis Bruss from the Williamsburg Inn. Today he made a hickory smoked forest mushroom dish, which he just finished cleaning up, and we're about to get started on our seared salmon sliders. But you finished this off?
Right. I finished it off with that sauteed spinach and a little bit of marinated tomato over the top, and a perfect pairing with this, the smoky heartiness of the mushrooms, as well as the tart goat cheese, is our Williamsburg Inn signature brown ale.
Ah. Probably important to have a good wine or beer paired with your food.
Looks like we're about to go over.
It almost, just a touch.
An excellent pairing.
Okay. Love it. All right, our seared salmon sliders. Seared salmon sliders. Try to say that 3 times.
A little tongue twisted there. Well, what I did is I got to work on the relish, the tomato red onion relish.
Okay.
So we caramelized the red onions. We added a little bit of tarragon vinegar and sugar. We cooked that down until it's got a little syrupy. We're going to add the tomatoes. Nothing has to be fancy here. It's going to cook down into
it's all going to go in one pot?
Into a relish.
All
exactly.
Right.
And then all we have to add to that is just a little bit of fresh tarragon, which we're just going to break it up.
Okay.
Okay, so just kind of tear it up. Once again, it's all going to break down and get nice.
Okay. Is this pretty popular there, Williamsburg?
It will be. This will be on our new menu that starts on October 6th.
Ah, so folks go down and check it out.
Yeah. We're predicting there.
This one isn't in the Regency room. This one will be in the Regency.
In the
terrace room. The terrace room. This is from the Regency room. Okay.
So that'll be cooking down. We just got to finish that with a little bit of salt and pepper.
All right.
Okay. And then our final product will look like this. So it's going to kind of cook down to almost like a jam.
Okay. All right.
So that's all set.
All right.
And we'll pull this off. And what we're going to do is start searing our salmon. So we've got a pan over medium-high heat.
All right.
A little bit of olive oil. Okay. And we need our salmon.
Oh, because you've already started. Ah, see, you're the magic of TV.
Got to keep it nice and fresh. A little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay.
Crack a few cracks of pepper on there.
Yes. Is that good?
Looks like our pan's getting smoky hot.
Okay. You don't want it too hot.
Not too hot, but I pulled it off, so it should cool down as the salmon hits it.
And this,
This is going to cook pretty quick.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Maybe about a minute on each side, minute and a half on each side.
Okay.
And we'll let that kind of sleep, as my old chef used to say.
Go to sleep.
And what we can do is kind of start getting ready to plate.
Okay.
And what we have is just a nice little oval plate and some French baguette crostinis.
Ah.
So we're going to be doing 2 of those.
Okay. And you've already finished some salmon off here, yeah?
Right, we've got a magic of TV there.
All right.
And we're going to flip these guys in a minute, but these are already finished.
Okay.
So we just
you get an actual whole piece on one baguette.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So this is a nice portion of salmon. This would be great to kind of, split between 2 people. And if you want to go ahead and flip those guys.
Flip these.
Oh, before we flip it, we got to season the other side.
Ah.
Almost missed it there.
A good chef knows season both sides.
Okay. Got to catch it, yeah.
All right. Flip them. Okay.
All right.
So as you're plating that up, kind of explain what kind of dining experience people can expect when they come.
Well, in the terrace room, what the terrace room offers is a great opportunity to be in a casual atmosphere, enjoy your friends' company, friends and family, and enjoy unique offerings. You know, it's everything we try to do is just not like our competitors. It's just a little different, has a different twist to it.
Okay.
To kind of bring the ante up a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to take this relish here. Right over the top. I'm just going to keep the relish at like a room temperature.
Okay. Do I want to turn this middle one off?
Yeah, you can shut that off.
Okay, there we go.
And that salmon, for the most part, is done. We're just going to let it kind of sit right there. Yep. All right, so we put the relish on top of each one.
All right.
And we're going to finish that, just top it with the French baguette crostini.
It's like a little slider, like a little burger slider.
But instead of doing a soft roll, we have the French baguette, which is a, just kind of a different way of presenting it. And then we're just going to take a little bit of microgreens here. And just try to bridge the 2 in the middle. Okay.
I like
just for a little garnish, but once again, small bites, and
that's all you need. That's all you need. And of course, are you pairing that with the wine?
And we are pairing this with the wine, and we have a beautiful Sancerre right here, Lacrelle.
Okay.
Delicious, perfect pairing with seafood, oysters, salmon, and an absolute delight with this right here. So.
Voila. You get the fist bump for this one.
All right.
All right,
There we
Chef
go.
Travis Fresh from the Williamsburg Inn. We're going to taste this when we come back at the end, but thank you so much.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Guys, that looks and smells delicious. So the comments that we're getting in the Buzz Center.
I know. People are getting awfully feisty talking about how PETA has announced that it is going to start. There's a new XXX domain that is becoming available on the internet, like .com, .net. Soon it will be .xxx, and people will have addresses there. And PETA says it's going to get an address.
Let's go porn.
It's going to have a porn site, and then you will be whisked away to information about animal abuse. And Richard says PETA is profiting as much or more from animal suffering than most of the companies that have been accused of harming animals. That is more perverted than porn. But we got to tell you, Richard,
but yeah, how is that possible if PETA is a nonprofit organization?
Yeah.
How are they profiting?
PETA's a nonprofit.
Nonprofit.
Let's move on.
Shock.
Harry Brogan says, was talking about the common symptoms of ADD, ADHD that we talked about. Harry said, well, I have this, and I am not into drugs or alcohol, and I don't take dangerous risks, which were two things that are kind of common signs sometimes. People with ADHD have trouble with substance abuse and are attracted to kind of like thrill-seeking activities. He says, that's not me. He says, I hate it when studies like this come out and try to lump people into one group. Exactly what studies were done and what groups were used. And that's, you know, it's a good point, and it's more than we could cover just in a few seconds.
And he was quick to point out that he does ride roller coasters, so he does take some risk. And how about this? There's the custodian in Seattle that didn't change his ways after winning $3.5 million. Well, some people have rung in. And how about this? John D. Candido, he says he's going to keep his job if he wins big on the lotto because he gets to talk sports every day, especially on Tuesday with yours truly. How about that? On the Johnny D and the 757 Club on 1490 AM. So a little plug for Johnny D and the 757 Club. He's one of our biggest fans.
And a plug for you.
Well,
See
we're
what
going to
you
plug
bring.
them. We're going to plug everything together. And then we're going to unplug it and send it on over.
Plug it right back in. Well, if you didn't know, the Hampton Roadshow is on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we are definitely not alone. Our friends at Bayport Credit Union are also using social media to connect with their members. Here to tell us more about it is Daryl Bradshaw, an e-commerce specialist with Bayport. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
This is all, social media is the thing now. I mean, it's 2011, so of course, Bayport, you guys are jumping on the bandwagon. How has this helped the company?
Well, we have a lot of members that bank online with remote deposit capture. Opening accounts online, you really don't have to come to a branch anymore. So the goal is with social media is to just let the online members know that we want to be involved with them and to let them know what's going on. We post a lot of charity events. Alzheimer's is in full swing, so we let our members know how they can get involved and how we're involved. We also post educational information, financial matters every week. On Wednesday we post that to just provide information on how they can just better their finances.
Do you guys have like a certain department set up just to focus on social media with Bayport, or is it kind of all the employees are up to date on all the social, you know, because there's people out there who are like, who still don't bank online or who aren't on Twitter or Facebook. How do you reach those folks?
Right. Well, the people not online, we still focus on branch marketing. We do have a department that is just for social media and online. So it's kind of two different segments, really, that we focus on.
What are you guys more on, do you think? Facebook or Twitter, do you think you get a lot of traffic?
Well, we have more fans on Facebook currently, but we do. It's pretty close. All the information that goes on Facebook, we also push to Twitter, just to make sure that it's balanced out.
Because, you know, you can put less, like, characters on Twitter, but that would probably be for something like, hey, come out, we're here doing this event, versus maybe on Facebook you could put maybe deals or I don't know, anything that's coming out new with Bayport.
Exactly, videos.
Videos, yeah. When we do the segments here, we know you guys post those on their website. Are you guys seeing any other trend coming into play? I know, like, LinkedIn is a big one now with people and contacts. Is that something that you guys are always looking for, that next thing to jump on?
We always are. We haven't really gotten to LinkedIn yet. We are really focusing on Foursquare and YouTube. That there are two new ones.
Explain Foursquare.
Foursquare is a location-based app. It's actually you're interacting with your environment. So you check in when you visit somewhere. Say if you go to a restaurant, you check in, and you can actually get specials and discounts. So it's actually really financially smart. A lot of places offer free appetizers or meals, discounts, so it's really great. And we'll be running specials soon, so be on the lookout for that.
All right, we'll go find them on Facebook or Twitter. Of course, Daryl, thank you for all that information. For more on how Bayport is connecting with its members, you can stop by any of the 14 Bayport Credit Union locations across Hampton Roads, or of course log on to bayportcu.org. Daryl, thanks so much.
Nice.
Jeremy Wheeler's back.
Jeremy.
I'm back.
We're over here speaking in analogies, having a wonderful time. And you are
Bringing it
here
together.
to answer our trivia question.
I was.
Come on, Ariane.
Oh, right now. Oh,
I know what you know.
I thought
You know this.
said
Hey,
it
I'm
was
Jeremy
before.
Wheeler.
I am
Today's
now.
forecast is going to be 35.
This and more.
That was not
That's
very
as good as your
impression.
Nancy Grace.
That's freaking. My name is Ariane, and I talk like that.
Right. Sorry. Hey, that's a good impression of yourself.
Of myself.
Never mind. Let's take a look at the pop quiz. Let's
happening,
see what we got
Rex?
going on.
All right, no idea. I'm lost.
4 islands. 4 islands. 4 islands. There we go. 4 for 4. $12, please. Used by over 100 million. And 1 of 8 in the world. In the world.
Shuts down when it's really windy, doesn't it?
Ariane, do you know? Sorry,
You know, the
Shush me.
Chef Travis said something to me. I'm going to go with it.
The answer?
What?
He said
You didn't.
the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Ding, 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 ding.
CBT. That's
I
exactly
can't
right.
take credit for it. It was Chef Travis Brust.
I think
He
you
did
would have
very
gotten
good.
it anyway.
Yeah, probably.
I do.
If you'd have gone
Great
right,
place to
wow.
fish.
Thanks for believing in me, guys.
It's a beautiful
And
day.
we got the winner, we got the answer online, the winner online, and of course the list of previous winners online as well.
So you think you can
Prize, right.
live
Thank you.
tour this Friday at the Constant Center.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
2 tickets to go Friday night. So we will contact you if you're the winner.
When we come back, we're going to have our seared salmon sliders and hickory smoked mushroom goodness.
That's just what it's called.
When we come back.
We'll go with that.
Carrie and I have the smoked
mushrooms.
hickory mushrooms, and you
The
guys
goat
have
cheese.
the
The salmon slider is
salmon
crunchy.
slider.
Is it?
It's crunchy.
Or just the bread
Right
is?
here with the
Yes.
You can catch this, Chef Travis Brust. Thank you so much. October 1st is when the new
October
menu.
6th.
October 6th.
Yeah.
Is when the
Nice.
menu's coming
Thank you.
out.
I hope I did okay for you.
Yes, you did
Wonderful.
good.
It's delicious.
It is very, very good. The flavors
Well
are
done,
amazing.
Chef.
All right, thank you.
All right,
done.
thanks also to our studio audience for coming in today.
Yeah, with a big night tonight at Cheeseburger in Paradise at Lynnhaven. Get out there at 6 to 9 and wear purple and then join up for one of their walks. They have walks all month long.
Perfect.
And of course, Dr. Gaglione and of course, Bayport Credit Union talking about their connection with social media. And
all that stuff's going to be
if you're
online.
wearing orange today, post your pictures on Facebook because we can show them. We want you to support Hunger Action Month as we all have here.
Yeah,
So,
with nice shirts.
upload them.
Everything you saw here today on the Hampton Roadshow is going to thehamptonroadshow.com. So if you have a friend who's sad that they can't watch the show, tell them to catch everything online. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks for joining us.